Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Here we are in New Gridania, and there's a reason for that. There are new seeds added in patch 6.5 that I'm finally getting around to talking about. There's been a lot of stuff in the last couple of patches, as you can probably imagine. If you go over to Tani, the florist over in New Gridania, which is just over here, near the knot, near the main aetheryte for New Gridania, you will find a plethora of new things. Well, mostly lupin seeds. That's the plethora of new things. There's only one new thing. So these lupin seeds, as you would probably know by now, you can plant these in your planters, in your housing, and then once they grow, you get different colors, essentially, and you get lupins. And then what you can do with the lupins is you can then make new headdresses. So let's go over here and type in lupin, and you will see the result here. So we've actually got lupin plot, which is an outdoor furnishing, but we also have red lupins, blue, yellow, green, orange, purple, white, black, and rainbow. Now I've actually got a selection of these, in fact all of the colors, to show you in just a second. But if you wanted to know how to make these, essentially it's the color of the lupin, some bear fat, which you can get very easily from, well, bears, and underground spring water, very easily obtainable items, really quite cheap to get. It's just the lupins themselves, right? The lupins themselves that are either going to take you time to grow, or you're going to be spending gil on the market board, depending on what color you want. Obviously the black ones and the rainbow ones cost the most. Let's go and have a look at these together. Okay, here we are in the Grand Cosmos, the best place to come and showcase things in Explorer mode, because it always is the same time of day and is bright and light. And it's the perfect idea. Rather than having, you know, limitations on lighting and timing and all that, you can get a good idea of things. So let's have a look through these together, starting, of course, from the first one, which would be red, all the way through to rainbow. Alright then, first of all, we have the red lupins. As you can see, they sit on the side of your head, much like many other Corsage headdresses in the game. This time coming with the lupin's flower themselves, the actual stem made of like this kind of wood sort of texture. And then we have those leaves coming out as well. That's what it would look like. It slightly hovers to the side of your head. Obviously on all races you're going to find this vary, especially if you have horns and things like that, like with Aura. But for the most part, it's as close as they can get it to your head without it clipping even more. That's the reason for that. It hovers a little bit. You're going to have probably a better experience with more floofy hair, but at the same time, this is one of the newer hairstyles added to the game, so that gives you a good idea. So that's the red one. Let's go through all of the different colors. Okay, here's the blue color, which is quite nice actually. I don't know which I prefer so far. I think out of the two, blue, definitely. And here's the yellow Lupin Corsage, looking pretty good. Another thing is that I like about this is that there's two branches as opposed to just one. So you get even more flowers, which looks really good from that kind of angle. Depending on if you want to, you know, have a finishing touch on something you're making in terms of a glamour, this could be the perfect little touch. I like the yellow one because there are different tones of that yellow. It's a lot easier to see between the two rather than on the blue and the red, which are, you know, obviously much stronger colors. And there's the green as well, looking pretty cool. A lot easier to see the difference in colors on a lot of the other sort of brighter ones like the yellow. This a little bit washed in, but it is definitely different tones of the same color, which lets it pop a little bit better than if it was just, you know, one color only. They're not bad. They're not bad, honestly. Okay, now we're on to the orange, which actually is quite subtle. Got almost like a pastel coloration going on here. If we zoom in just a little bit between the colors, almost like a rose pink sort of coming through there. It might be just my eyes. I'm not sure if YouTube's bitrate is really going to pick that up, but there is definitely that slight difference between brightness, sort of like a darker orange and then a much lighter, almost rose quartz kind of look. Yeah, I quite like the orange. That could go nicely. I don't have many orange outfits in mind though, usually. And here we are with the purple one, which is, I think, going to be the most popular outside of black and rainbow. That is really pretty. That is really nice. That is a good collection of colors. We've got obviously a much more pink coloration here to go with the violet, the deep purples. That really looks quite nice. I really am quite pleased with that. That's a nice one. In terms of corsage, it's always tricky to get something that would complement outfits. I think that is a really nice piece of headdress, especially if you had like a different hairstyle than this one, clearly. But from a distance, you're not really going to tell. There is a bit of a hover thing going on there, but I think this is probably my favorite color so far. Surprise, surprise. It is purple. I mean, purple is awesome. Yeah, I like that one. That's nice. And now we're on to the last three colors. This then the white variant, which I quite like. It's quite subtle. We've got some sort of almost slate coloration coming through here. I don't know if that really shows up either. You can see a lot more of the green. Actually, it's like the light is actually sort of reflecting the green into the white, so it looks a little bit greened out. Maybe that's part of the texture itself. I can't quite tell, or it could be the shadows. It's not bad. It's not bad, and I can imagine that would go with a lot of the outfits I wear. I wear a lot of white or black in this game in terms of glamours, as you could probably tell over the various years that I've done videos. But yeah, that's really nice. So purple and white so far, top tier. Really like those. And here is the black, which for some reason, maybe it's just my eyes, I'm not sure. It looks almost kind of like currenty. It's not quite a solid black. It's kind of washed out. I think it's the white element of the shading that they've put in here. If there is a difference between the shades of these, like there is for every other color, I can't quite tell. A lot of grey is coming through here. It sort of feels like we got berries on our head from a distance. You know what I mean? I could quite easily see the squapes if I squinted my eyes a little bit. You know, you know what I mean? Now that's something they should add to the game. They should do a squapes corsage. Am I the first one to think of that? I don't know. Square Enix, if you're listening, can we have squapes on our head, please? And no, before somebody points out we already have squapes on our head, they're not squapey enough. The Charlian diadema is awesome, but they are not squapes. I'm talking full-on real squape experience. You know, much like this. Yeah, that's what we need. I know that's a weird request, but I think now I've seen this, I want that so badly. No, that's really nice. I like the black. Not my favorite, though. A lot brighter than I expected. A kind of like darker, you know, much more pitch sort of color, personally. And then finally, we've got this, which I had to double check. It definitely said rainbow. So this is the Rainbow Lupin Corsage. I'm going to be honest. I've seen a few rainbows. I'm not sure that that's a rainbow. Don't, you know, I don't know. It doesn't go, Richard of York gave battle in vain. I mean, where's the blue? I don't know. I'm being pedantic. They're never all usually very rainbowy. Some are more rainbowy than others, though. To be perfectly honest, this is what, green, orange, red, and white, I guess. It's nice. It's very autumnal. But I wouldn't say that would be rainbow. If I said to you, what colour is that? You'd be like, I don't know, autumn? Is that a fall coloration? I wouldn't immediately say rainbow. It's nice, though. It is nice. I can see why people like this so much. It's going to add all those different colours, especially if you've got an outfit that's comprised of greens and reds and whites. I'm trying to think of an outfit that might be. Maybe if you dye something green and it has gold buttons and maybe red trim. Yeah, maybe. This could be the perfect accompaniment to that. I can imagine that's probably why it's worth more on the market board. But at the same time, people might be just selling it higher because it's rainbow. Or supposedly rainbow. I don't know. I think my favourites have been the white and purple, quite honestly. Which of yours? Have you got these yet? Are you planning to pick them up? After watching this video, do you go, oh, actually, maybe not? Don't know. I do like it when they add new seeds every single major patch, and then, you know, we suddenly get loads of headdresses or corsage or necklaces or earrings or whatever. Nothing will really beat the peach blossom ones in my book, though. they're going to have to come a long way. But again, you put squapes in the hair, I'll be the first to make a video on it and to say that I love it. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, let me know if you got these yet. Much love. More videos on the way, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.